Tell them the truth matters. Being a good person matters.
It is now official. CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics.
Moment. How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
Just come out from the Associated Press. Put up the graphic.
So obviously Donald Trump is going to be the 47th president of the United States. The liberal tears are flowing. I mean, there is endless content and it's not even been 12 hours. Now, normally these people would label anybody who voted for him a racist, right? But they can't do that anymore because Trump won a significant amount of the black and the Latino men vote. So instead of calling him a racist, well, yeah, you guessed it. They're moving on to the next best thing. They're now saying, you must be sexist. Look at this. Latino men are sexist pieces of shit. They're going to get deported and I am not going to care one bit about them. Oh, hilarious. Right, let's run the clips.
And I think for African-American voters in particular, there's a special heartbreak because, first of all, the pain is more intense.
It's,
the rising gas prices, food prices, it's really walloped the black community in a particular way.
well, it's easier to be a parent this morning.
But the hopes were so much higher.
Character matters. It matters. Tell them the truth matters. Being a good person matters.
And so you have a community that came out in huge numbers in 2018, huge numbers in 2020.
And it's easier for a whole lot of people.
Expecting things to get a lot better, and instead, economically at least, it didn't come true. It got worse.
You know, I can't breathe.
And so you're going through a summer now of real heartbreak with black voters. Polls show that. And I think Biden's got to take it very seriously.
It comes back around, and it's a good day for this country. I'm sorry for the people who lost. For them, it's not a good day. But for a whole lot of people...
I hate to be the person that gets on here and cries. But this could break me and my parents apart because they just don't understand what they voted for and like what it means and the bigotry and hatred that they stand behind and how I am trying to be a good person. I'm not Catholic like they are, which is ironic because it's religion's supposed to make you love. But I could see it breaking me and my parents apart because they just don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell. My life's okay, I'm a white woman, but my friends are not gonna be okay.
Well, Donald Trump is now our 47th President of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However, how can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day to encourage people to vote for Donald Trump? Personally, I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted enough to delete my X account. I'm disgusted enough to never order a Tesla as long as I shall live. I want to take this moment to congratulate those of you who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship, and that is what you will get. America is no longer the land of the free. You have chosen, by siding with Donald Trump, to throw our United States Constitution and our United States flag in the garbage. Personally, I am embarrassed. I am ashamed to call myself an American. In fact, I no longer call myself an American.
See, these liberals love to mention the fact that Elon Musk was funding Donald Trump's campaign, but they never seem to acknowledge the fact that Kamala Harris was getting funded by people like George Soros and multiple other billionaires. In fact, her campaign got more funding from billionaires than Trump's did. So once again, more hypocrisy from the left. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what Joy Reader's got to say.
It's a pure Project 2025 in miniature in Florida. And that kind of extreme, sort of extremist, right-wing, fascist type government in Florida, does that make it a more attractive place?
Also, it says breaking. Rachel Maddow hides back tears on MSNBC as they know Donald Trump is about to win the election. Oh no, look at that. Look at that face.
Harris has not been called yet. We do not know who the winner is, but it is pointing in one direction. And it's not final, but I just wanted to say that America failed women tonight, primarily. Trump has insulted women, berated them, has been found liable in court for assaulting a woman, and he took women's reproductive rights away. And instead of standing up to that, people voted for it. And we failed our daughters, our mothers, our sisters, our wives tonight. America failed them. We failed them. It is unfortunately the reality of the situation. So I'm sorry to everybody out there who will be impacted by what may come.
You know what's really interesting? How all of a sudden all these Democrats suddenly know what a woman is. Now, if we really want to talk about women's rights, I think this person says it best. You want women's rights, but Kamala wants men in the same bathrooms as women and little girls. Exactly. Doesn't make sense, does it? You want to allow men who have a biological advantage over women to compete with women. How does that help women's rights? Before we go any further, I just want to play Trump's victory speech yesterday where he introduced Dana White. Let's see what he had to say.
We also have a man, Dana White, who has done some I'd like to ask Dana just to say a couple of words because people love to hear from him. Dana,
please. John Jones is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world and the greatest fighter fucking ever. Period. End of story. As an educated adult who knows the fight business, you cannot deny that while John Jones is active, he is the greatest fighter in the world. He's the fucking best ever, and he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world.
New York girlfriends after finding out you voted for Trump.
Stupid fucking whore! So I'll just shut the fuck up! I'll just shut the fuck up for good now, huh? Yeah, you fucking want that? Yeah? We are fucking over, you fucking dumbass. I hope that you choke on a piece of concrete and literally go to hell. I will see you in fucking hell, you fucking asshole.
Okay. Iowa called for Trump, so there goes that nonsense. I'm gonna I'm getting revved up here on a significant rant. So, because Kamala Harris is not winning, and the people who thought that Kamala Harris was going to win in a landslide are totally wrong.
Now we're moving over to the UK. We're going to look at a guy called James O'Brien, who is just a complete cuck. But yeah, let's see what he's got to say.
So I don't think you can argue with that conclusion. An alarming number of people, enough people to elect a president, don't care at all about liberal democratic norms. As long as, and then you can insert whatever sentence you want here, to take you back to where this introduction began, as long as it brings down the price of petrol, as long as it improves my spending power in Walmart, as long as it makes me feel better about myself. An alarming number of people, a majority probably of the popular vote in America, do not care at all about liberal democratic norms, as long as things are all right for them.
How are these people not waking up? Everybody has obviously had enough. All right, I'm out in Texas right now. Everybody seems to be voting Trump. Obviously, it's Texas, right? But I live in like a big city, so normally the cities are actually Democrat. But no, I haven't met one person who's voting Kamala. People have had enough. Their biggest concerns are obviously immigration and the economy. But yet, people like James O'Brien completely ignoring that fact. This is what cost them the election. You've got constant attacks from the left-wing media calling everybody who they don't agree with a fascist or Hitler, calling all Trump supporters garbage. People have had enough. They don't want women competing with men in the sports. They don't want men going into female restrooms. They don't want young kids getting brainwashed, being taught that there's 50 million genders. People have had enough. They don't want mass illegal immigration. This is what they voted for. But yet the media is still in denial. When are they going to wake up?
Get up all the British politics and press backpedaling on the old Trump situation, you fucking wet wipes. You can't write this shit. Take David Lammy, for instance, whose job literally is being responsible for foreign relations, relationships with foreign countries and governments. Here's how it started. Oh dear, he's deluded, dishonest, xenophobic, narcissist. Donald Trump is no friend of Britain. Donald Trump lies more times a day than the average person goes to the bathroom. Unsurprising, given that all that comes out of his mouth is utter poo. And here's the big one. Yes, if Trump comes to the UK, I will be protesting on the streets. He's a racist KKK and Nazi sympathiser. Very passionate there. So I'm sure he was not very happy about Trump winning the election. Let's see how it's going now. Oh, congratulations to Donald Trump on your victory. The UK has no greater friend than the US, with special relations being cherished on both sides of the Atlantic for 80 years. We look forward to working with you and JD Vance in the years ahead. Oh, sorry. You ain't got no backbone. I hope they all get squeezed out. I hope Trump refuses to work with him and he gets pushed out. No apology, eh? Can't even stick to his own guns. No integrity. Call someone a Nazi and then fucking praises him. You've got to resign. He's got to resign, hasn't he? How are we meant to have a decent relationship with America if our foreign secretary slagged the geezer off? We've got the wrong people representing the UK, mate. I'm telling you that now. Keir Starmer, Lammy, fuck off.
Let me just pause the conversation very quickly.
No, don't get cocky. It's okay. She's
Nebraska. Okay, this is NBC.
Wait, get the shot. Get the shot.
5 electoral votes will go to Donald Trump. 3 of 5, you ask. That takes me to Tom. I'll let you explain it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Again, so Nebraska, remember, they give out their electoral votes for the popular vote. Whoever wins the state, they also give them by congressional district. From what you just reported there, projecting one of the congressional districts, it's going to be District 3 is going to go to Trump. There are 2 other congressional districts, 1 and 2, that we're still watching.
Because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they're facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow, we're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
Yeah, but Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't part of the people that elected Donald Trump.
Well,
right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the party, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
Now, as you're probably aware, Reddit is a left-wing echo chamber, so there's some gold on here. Someone said, Reddit told me Kamala was going to win all swing states and flip Texas. What the fuck is happening? Someone else says, listen, I've got kids. I would straight up volunteer to be a victim of a 9/11 if I thought I would prevent a second Trump presidency. Like I'd give up literally everything for the possibility of a future for my children without hesitation. If I can make a promise right here, right now, that I would lose my life saving and get stricken with a debilitating disease, but it would somehow magically guarantee the failure of Trump and the Republicans for, say, the next couple generations, I wouldn't hesitate to take the trade. That is insane. That's not normal. Someone else says, if Trump wins, I'm signing off X permanently. It's run by a racist, homophobic, fascist, and unfortunately a cesspool of right-wing propaganda. Why are you still here now then? Why does it take Trump to win for you to come off Twitter? I bet he stays. I bet if somebody goes and looks up this Twitter name, he's still tweeting to this day, right now. Now, I've saved you the best for last. It says, this doesn't matter. Raskins has said we will not certify and Kamala is the VP, so she has the power not to as well. Trump gets sentenced within 2 weeks, he will be in jail, and no matter how many fascist idiots in this country vote for Trump, Kamala will be the president when it is all said and done, no matter the results of the election. Imagine that. Imagine saying, we're going to install our own president against the will of the people, and in the same fucking paragraph calling the opposition a fascists.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
We're going Donald Trump. Do you mind if I ask you why?
Because Kamala is a waste of time.
Fair enough. You guys New Yorkers?
I'm from Florida.
What about you, miss?
I'm a New Yorker and I'm an immigrant. Loved him in 2016, loved him in 2020, and it's about time that he actually gets back in office.
This position is a little bit controversial for New York, I feel like. Perhaps I'm wrong.
It is very controversial. We saw like a few cars earlier and it was towards Times Square, and it's the first time that I've ever seen liberal tears live just because somebody saw Trump flags. It was insane, but it was beautiful to see. And I think it's about time that everybody stopped talking about their effing feelings. No one cares. This is America. It's all about policy. It's about actually getting a strong leader in office, and I could care less about your joy. No one cares. I don't believe the rubbish that they put out on television. If we look at what's actually happened when Trump was in office and where we were as a country, not just here but internationally, is a very strong point. That was reality. What they're trying to resell as what Hussein did before and what everybody else did, that's the kind of America that they want, where everybody's brainwashed, has no voice, and they can dictate to you what to do. That's not a government. That's not America. That's not democracy.
It has to be about a goal of saying everybody should end up in the same place. And since we didn't start in the same place, some folks might need more. Equitable distribution. Giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place. So there's a big difference between equality and equity. Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place, right? We are proud of the fact that equity is one of our guiding principles. Proud of the fact that we understand equality is important, but not everybody starts out on the same base. We see that people in our country are having an experience that is not equal. So when we talk about the work we are doing here together, it is recognizing that and being guided by this principle of what we must do in the spirit and in the interest of equity. To put equity firmly at the center.
The AP has just broken some new news. This has just come out from the Associated Press. This is incredible. Trump administration officials have been sending babies and other young children. Oh, hold on. To at least 3. Put up the graphic of this. Thank you. Do we have it? No. 3 tender age shelters in South Texas. Lawyers and medical providers. Just, I think I'm gonna have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry. That does it for us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Now it is time for the last word with Lawrence O'Donnell, where he is live in Brownsville, Texas.
Thank you very much, Rachel. We just got word of that.
Now that last clip was from a few years ago, but I just wanted to include it in here just to highlight how fake these people really are. Look at that, crocodile tears. And they think they can fool the people still. This is why they were so desperate to shut down Twitter if they won, because they claim that it spreads hate speech and misinformation, but the truth is they know they can't control the masses anymore. They can't control the narrative. Legacy media is done out here, I'm telling you. You only have to look at the videos that they put out, look at the like to dislike ratio to see that. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.